find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is February 21st, 2021, and it's 4:06 a.m. Okay, my subscribers is 404. So for any new subscribers who just passing by, who are the Cambridge's fan, this channel definitely not for you. Okay, for your mental sake, I will suggest you, if you think you're gonna hear what you want to hear about the Cambridges, please don't bother subscribing. Okay, your mental health is as important to you as it is to me, because some of you may not realize that we are all connected in some shape or form. We may never meet, but you might cross paths with someone that I might cross paths with. So for your sake, for your mental health, for your well-being, I will definitely suggest you do not subscribe and don't bother listening to my videos. However, if you're okay with constructive criticism, because I'm pretty honest in my channel, I do sometimes give advice to some people who may not want to hear it. Okay, how they could go about for people to like them. So if you that type of person who's okay with your mental health, who can handle it, okay, by all means. But I'm not promising. Don't come and cry to me in the comment section. For some of the Sussex squad, you know who you are. And some of my old subscribers can actually tell you I am pretty open for constructive criticism. I've had some tough talk, some tough love with the squad before. Okay, they're still here, they're still hanging on, and they still support me. They put me in my place when the time comes. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so when I come across some comments and I bring light to them, the squads know. The squads know. The squad don't play. They'll support you. They'll do everything, but they will not let you go down the wrong path. So these are the comments that I'm looking for. But if you are the Cambridge's friend, I'm telling you, if you want to hear what you want to hear, this channel is not for you. Alright, 504 subscribers. Okay, it matched, so it's okay. Alright, let's go on Twitter and see what's going on. Yesterday's video, I sort of branched off. I didn't give that much tweet about the squads because I came across an article that I thought that was interesting. Some of you may not see it, but that was the beginning of the friendly, in my view, it seems like that article is like the beginning of the friendly, interaction between the royals and the paparazzi. They're kind of paparazzi, the British press, pretty much. It's one of those where you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. That's the way I saw that article. So last video, the second video of yesterday, go in the comment section, you'll see the link of that particular article. And also yesterday I forgot to mention it, there is a YouTube channel that's called Beyond Pluto. I believe that's what it's called. I mentioned it at the end of yesterday's video because I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the video. So that YouTuber is Australian, a lawyer. That's it, a lawyer in Australia, and she usually discusses like high profile cases that goes on anywhere around the world pretty much. So I came to come across her due to Johnny Depp case. I used to discuss Johnny Depp case. When I came across her channel, I was like, I'll be speaking based on a hypothetical kind of way. So hers is better. So I usually point anybody regarding those kind of things to her channel. So I stopped talking about Johnny Depp, but I pay attention to what's going on. So one of her videos is about Meghan's case. Okay, the one that Meghan just won regarding the copyright. So she just did a part 1 video of that case. So she explained pretty much based on the result, what the judge was saying and things like that. And I kind of feel pretty good of myself. You know, I'm not even a trained lawyer, and some of the things that she says or some of the things that I've said, I think many squad have seen that coming too. So I will leave the link in the description of this video as well, and it's also in the last video. You will see it. Alright, with that being said, let's go to Twitter and see what's going on. Right now, I believe this is my bookmark, and I'm going to try to focus mostly on the squads, okay? Because I left you kind of hanging yesterday, not much on the squads. Alright, let's see here. This is Myra, 2 hours ago. And there's some that I like, and I didn't even I didn't go over yet. So hopefully I go over them. Okay, can we talk about how gorgeous she is? Like, OMG. Alright, so 180 like, 22 retweet, and 4 comment in there. Okay, she's beyond gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, all the above and beyond. Simply gorgeous. She's truly is beautiful. Alright, so this is the squad. When there's nothing to talk about, alright, they throw something. They throw anything. They throw a picture and then they throw a caption and then the squad goes on. Alright, sometimes the squad branch off and talk about different things. And that's where the conversation usually get funny. Okay, there's another one here. That's Sam Clark. Okay, what has the country done for this boy? He married a mixed-race beautiful woman and they could handle it. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew is allowed to sexually exploit girls with impunity. The establishment has to go. Okay? You see, the moral of this country is not there. And I have to be careful when I said that because I'm not generalizing all of the Brits. Some Brits are have some moral and integrity. But it's unfortunately those with the moral and integrity do not have the mic. So if you are one of those, I'm sorry I'm bringing this up, okay? And I feel for you. All right. So let's see here what some of the comments are saying here. So this one actually have 5.4K, okay, 805 retweet and 167 comments. So there's a lot. Maybe I'll spend more time here if the conversation are pretty good. All right. So this is Harry during his mom funeral, I believe. Look at his face. Look at his face. And you mean to think you're gonna trap him when he finds somebody who love him? And on my last video, I said, okay, if some of you who are in the UK, you could correct me on this. I believe not all of the Brits, okay, but especially the royal family in particular, they didn't see the gem and Harry. All right, they use him, they mistreating him, they use him to pop up the other one, the brother. Okay, any ideas that Harry had, they just brush it aside. Okay, so when Meghan come along and put a value on Harry, that's my humble opinion. Never met any of them. Never met Meghan, never met Harry. All right, just from the outside talking. When Meghan came along, show Harry the value of himself, okay, and put him at that pedestal that the royal family should have, okay. And I believe, okay, the same pedestal that Meghan put Harry on, Harry returned it to Meghan, and this is what's killing them. And all of a sudden, the royal family find the gem that Meghan sees on Harry, and they're even jealous about it, okay. So that's that when I look at this picture. And I mentioned it on my last video too. The first or the second one, I'm not sure. Alright, I think this young man realizes he has no royal blood in him. He has been fed shit all his life, and to top it all, they kill his mother. I have no love for him or the royals. What? Who the hell is this? I have no love for him or the royals. I hate monarchies, but he should have a word with his dad. Okay, I'm sure Jim here. What the hell is this? Well, how do you explain Harry looking very similar to Charles and Philip? Wait, Diana fixed it for Harry to have plastic surgery? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm reading the first one that I came across. This is the hate that's going on. And when you look at some of the hates that's going on over there, and some people want peace and some peace of mind and things like that, but they're feeding this negativity to the young ones, okay? They're feeding this negativity to the young one. This is why the world will never be at peace at any point. Because even though those old people know, okay, what's right and wrong, but yet they're preaching the negativity. They're on public television, they're on radios, they're talking negativity. All right, let's see here. How do you explain? Okay, I just read this exactly. Also, the royal family has many prominent red-headed ancestors, to include Henry the Eighth, Elizabeth the First, and now Harry. Saying he is Charles' son is just incredibly disgusting. What? Made of rumor. He isn't. Where is it? Yeah, isn't. Okay. All right. I mean, you people, those people who's putting those comments here, they think Meghan give the shit about titles. If she did, she was still sitting and take the abuse. Look at the other one who's, I know they put in positivity things, a headline about her, but my goodness, there's nothing in the brain for that particular role she wants to take. Actually, both of them. Okay, I agree Prince Andrew is an embarrassment. I have total respect for Harry, but what little respect I had for Meghan is slowly eroding away. What? She wants a private life. He does everything to maintain a public profile. I need people to tell me how many public profiles Meghan have shown. Where is the public profile? How many? All right, these people are crazy. Let's see here. She never said she wanted a private life. They both wanted the press to stop invading their privacy. One of them hired someone to use a drone to snap picture of the inside of their bedroom, etc. They sued and won. For security, they had to give up the lease on their house. Okay, these people are crazy. I mean, for people who speak English, I mean, English is the Brits, I believe they're the one who create the language in English, but yet they don't understand their own language. Look forward to continuing their use. Okay, this is the Sussex squads who's putting receipt for these derangers who seem to not understand the meaning of privacy. All right, look forward to continuing their use of social media, and being that their update media approach will enable them to share more with you directly. Historically, the undertaking with the royal voter expects that if the royal highnesses were to release a photo that has never been seen, they would be expected to give the image to the voter, of which 4 of the 7 UK tabloids. Simultaneously or in advance of their own release, the formula enabled this select publication to profit by publishing this image on their website front page. Any breach in this understanding create long-term repercussion. The current structure make it challenging for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to personally share moments in their lives directly with members of the public via social media, for example, without first going through the filter of the royal voter. For more information on the royal system, please see tab in this section. All right, they still wanted to have connection with the public. All right. But you guys want to dig into their personal life, and then if they were to release a picture and give it to the royal voter, and the royal voter, okay, based specifically on the last article that I read yesterday, all right, will give those pictures to those selected kind of publication to make money off of it, and that's not what they want. Okay, if they put something out, nobody should be profiting off of it. Okay, everybody should be seeing, and this is what's killing them. But if you Karens are mad about that, that's on you, and it's just showing how stupid you guys are. Literally, how stupid you guys are for English to be your language for most of your derangers, I believe. Okay, for you not to understand the words private. Okay, so let's see here. That was where was I here? All right, let's see here. Okay, the deepest sorrow that can be felt at this young age is etched on his young man's face, arguably bestowed upon him by the very regime who now disown him for the love he chose. If I am to admire any royal, I admire young Harry for the big F what he has dealt the regime. Okay. Okay, how time fly. Bless him, a decent guy who could have grown up to be a very angry, spiteful. Instead, he's done more for others than critics double his age. Harry is going his own way. I respect that. I wish him well. Media should be more concerned with government corruption then. Okay, like 2 of the videos that I put yesterday, you see a lot of, within some tweets, you see me reading some of the government corruption that's going on. Okay, so now that they stop using him because he left, okay, him and his wife left because they were using them as a distraction. Okay, so for this government to do their nonsense, but now that they're out of the way, they're no longer the hypnotism to the public. Okay, now you people could focus on what really matters. Okay, those who own most of our media have an interest in this government. Okay, there it is. There's people talking. That is true. Like the ones funding much of the corruption. Okay, thank you. All right, this is what's going on here. They were using Harry and Meghan to hypnotize the public, while meanwhile they doing their corruption. Okay, this is it. Okay, couldn't care otherwise. However, stripping of military stuff when he actively served seems overkill. Okay, used to highlight Andrew flew choppers in Falkland, but that was safe as house. But it's amusing seeing the English red tap frauding by way of distraction. There was something I was gonna say. Yeah, the first video, the thumbnails pretty much. Okay, Harry is a soldier. He's a universal soldier. That's the way I see it. All right. The thing is that things that, I mean, we all know he served and he stood by his service men. All right. That alone already tell who he is. All right. The things that people cannot touch and things like that, whatever. Look at this. They took the things away from him. Whatever patronages they took away from him. What is it? I mean, has he lost anything? I don't know. He was far away. They took it away from him. I didn't see anything change from that. The change that they did from taking those patronage away. So he's still doing the things that's scared to his heart. So this is just words flying. Okay, words are flying. Okay, this just telling the public. Okay, if he comes here, don't open the door for him anymore. That's pretty much it. All right. So what they did here, what Harry and Meghan did here, they were at a table, and then they rejected them at the table. Guess what? They go create their own table. Okay? They create their own table. For any bullies who's out there, who's bullying people, the bullied, okay? Just create your own table. All right? Have like-minded people on your team, on your table. So let them be. All right? Just let them be. All right? He was only stripped of honorary military title, not anything he earned. If he earned it, he kept it. I mean, if he served. He served. Nobody can take that away from him. Let's see here. This tweet should be modified. Prince Andrew has not be convicted for anything, and you may have a personal view. Fair enough. I agree about Harry though. Everything that maybe he hasn't been convicted because I don't know. He's the son of one of the most powerful monarchs in the world. That might just have something to do with it. That is true. Okay, let's not forget his dad good friends too. Okay, I mean it's an ancestral pool of thing. All right, let's see. Is the other man in that picture Thomas Hamilton? Okay. What is it? How can the Queen do that to her grandchild, and how can Charles let her to his youngest son? My feeling exact. Okay, let's see here. There's two comments in here. All right. My feeling exactly. They should be shielding Meghan and Harry from the tsunami of hate that has poured out. Instead, they have thrown them to the wolves. I mean, there's a picture that pretty much depicted that. I hope I could go back to yesterday thing to get a screenshot of it to show you. Okay, you see Meghan standing alone, and everybody, you see all the media, the press, the wolves, the lions, all of this idiotic racists, looking at Meghan standing tall, and then on the back you see a picture of Andrew laughing, and then on the corner you see the Queen looking at the window as they tormented Meghan. I mean, whoever came up with that, that's pretty good. Okay, let's see here. Okay, they be wobbling. Okay, embarrassing soap opera shows it's time to go up and ditch the shameful. Okay, committed Republican Kevin McGuire on how the privileged self-serving royal family is shameless with servant while the Harry and Meghan. All right, so this is something I probably will want to come to. All right, I'm trying not to branch out. All right, that's the mirror. Oh, that's one of those. All right, let's get rid, null, and void them. Now the European Union has gone, not my choice. Then this fantasy needs to move over for the UK to become a truly forward-thinking country. There was one here. I was reading about the corrupt, like this one. Those who own most of our media have an interest in this government, likely the ones funding much of the corruption. Okay, I just thought about this with cyber attack thing cyber surprise video that I have. None of you have seen it because I never put it live. Is that this is the thing. Their goal was to get the British out of the European Union, and guess what? I told you guys this is a systematic kind of thing. Okay, eventually, they're propping up the royal family, make them look good and all of this, piping them up, you know, and then at the same time they're backstabbing them, doing things for the public to cry wolf and said, oh, why they doing this, why they doing that, and then soon and behold, guess what? They're gonna get rid of the monarchy. When they get rid of the monarchy, is that there won't be any commonwealth. When there's no commonwealth, now the special interest group, they have an interest in other part of the world. Because one day when I was doing a video, I don't know, out of nowhere, and something tell me, just look at the footprint of the Brits Commonwealth, where they are located at. When you look at it, I find myself, it's like I lift myself out of space and I'm looking down on earth and see if I were to do something somewhere around the world, okay, will I get away with it? And Kestuk found out is that the Commonwealth is pretty much little spots around the world. If anything were to come, the British will defend it. That was the vision that I saw. And I was like, oh my God, this is why they want to destroy the British monarchy. And at that time, none of these things were coming to play. But I was just seeing, connecting the dot is the whys. When I ask myself, why this, why that? And then that's how I come to the realization. And now they got themselves out of the EU. Okay, and then you're gonna start seeing the Commonwealth countries are saying, okay, we don't want the monarchy, with the kind of attitude that you guys have toward Meghan and this. You hear the Canadian talking about it. You hear Barbados, and you hear Australia. Australia been talking about it for decades. All right, but this is the thing. All right, those special interest group, they have something. Okay, they have a goal. Their goal first, okay, is systematic. All right, systematic is to cut the snake at the head, which is you going straight to the UK and get rid of them. Okay, break them apart. Break the snake at its head. Okay, to do that, it's right at the core, and it's at Britain to divide the country and get rid of the monarchy. I'm sorry if some of you don't see that. This is me. This is what I'm seeing. This is my humble opinion. All right, let me leave this there. I'm going too far off into politics here. All right, so the squad are talking about Harry. All right, let's see here. This is my way again. February 21st, 2019. July 14, 2019. There's no comment. There's 86 like, 12 retweet. Let's look at some pictures. Beyonce and Jay-Z. And there's the Queen Meghan in the back. And then this is when they met them. Okay. That's that. All right. Next tweet. There's no comment. All right. Let's see. Next tweet. I want to focus only on the... Okay, 2 years ago today, Beyonce. Okay, so there's a video of it. Let's see.
Thank you so much to the Brit Awards for this incredible honor. You guys have always been so supportive. Everything is love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, there's a music in the background. If I get flagged, I probably would cut it out because it's a short. Oh, perfect. It's a short clip. So there's the thing that I was talking about. If some of you didn't see it, all right. While I'm here, I need to keep that. Okay, these are the things sometimes I come across and not think. Well, I knew it was important, but then really, then take a screenshot of it. All right. So there it is. Meghan standing tall. All right. There's this guy is popping up the racist to go after Meghan, and look at this. There's what's his name, Andrew in the back, just laughing. All right. And there's the Queen up there just looking at the mob heading on Meghan, and Meghan just standing tall. This is why our prayers is needed. Okay. So what they did here, and I've said it before, all right, what they did here is trap him Okay, it could have been any royals. It doesn't matter which royal. They wanted to trap one of the royals. Okay, trap them in their most vulnerable state. They probably have tons of videos and pictures of Andrew doing the dirty deed with minors. Okay, so now, in order for them to do some of the BS that they're doing in the country, okay, is to blackmail the queen. Okay, blackmail the queen, and then the queen take the bait. Okay, and I told you guys how, if that was me, how would I satisfy the public and get these idiots of my back, because I know the power that I have if I were the queen. Okay, as a grown man, put his pants down in front of people, make him sit on your lap and beat the hell out of him. Okay, spank him or pay somebody. Okay, make a public shame. All right, you don't know how powerful that will make the queen as a mother and to save the country. Okay, and at the same time, you don't give him up to the FBI if you don't want that. Okay, if you don't want him to go to jail, you deal with it yourself in a way to satisfy the people. Because if the people are not behind you, what power do you have? Okay, so once the people start crying foul, okay, you have no power. Okay, you could be sitting at many things and stuff like that. You give yourself so many titles. Okay, if the people are not behind you, you have no power. Okay, was there any comment? All right, these were some of the things that I saw. All right, let's see here. Robert Lacey said the queen didn't write the letter. What is going on now? William said you don't talk back to the queen. What is going on? Robert Lacey said the queen didn't write the letter. That's the wrong spelling. Okay, WRIT. Okay, did not write the letter. William said don't talk to the queen. What is going on? Am I missing something here? Okay, she fixed it. Alright, there it is. That's the correction. Something must have been going on. Did not write the letter. Robert Lacey said the queen didn't write the letter. Is it Meghan's letter, the copyright thing? Okay, let me leave that. There's no comment for me to go about. Okay, next, there's a prayer here. A prayer psalm for victory for the Sussex and Sussex squad. Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you when in need. May the God of Jacob protect you. May he accept all your offerings and sacrifices. May he grant your desire and make all your plans succeed. May we shout victory, praise our God. Amen. That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, may you be abundantly blessed, Royal Pen Girl. Thank you for always remembering us in your prayer. Psalm 20, right back at you and yours too. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, amen. We lift up our hands. Okay, there's the squad. Okay, no matter how strong of a religion person you are, even if you're not, just talk some positive thing into the universe. Okay, say something positive to the universe. All right, let's see here. There's World Central Kitchen. So this is because this is one of Harry's charity he's supporting. All right, so that's why I'm highlighting in this. World Central Kitchen, local partners, Care Burns, what is that? Burns Original LBB. I don't know what this is. Home of the best BBQ in Houston, Texas. All right, so World Central Kitchen is teaming up with this particular business. Okay. All right, BBQ has served with us through the pandemic, long election lines, and now this Texas disaster. Thousands of hot, fresh made BBQ sandwich went out again today to Houston residents recovering, many cleaning up after burst pipe. All right, so World Central Kitchen is everywhere. This is what you don't hear what is it, the Sussex's name in here. Okay, they're supporting them, giving them the fund that they need to continue doing that. This is what makes Harry and Meghan universal. Okay, they don't have to be there, as they're using their whatever money that they have, they're using their power, their global influence, and all of this to shed light to some of these organizations like World Central Kitchen to do some of these. Because with just them too, they won't be able to do all of this. All right, they want to do so much, but just the two of them, they can do it. So since there are so many organization out there who's pitching in, who see something that should have been done by the government or whatever it is, so Harry come in and help them to boost them up. Okay, so when they see an organization that's doing something that they know they could have done, but since it's already out there, why create it again? Instead, just help them. Okay, boost them up a little bit. Okay, this is how you do it. The heart and soul of this country on display. This is who we are. Okay, how do we find out where in Houston you're going to be at? Okay, thank you. That's dope. Thank you. I know I have some squaddies who live, they may not be my followers. You guys could shout out you from the Texas area. Okay, so let me know. Some squaddies I know are from Texas. I remember when their lights were, I'm smiling. It's not because of their hardship, but it's what they tweeted that was kind of funny, is that their lights were going out, and so they're taking advantage to press like to all of the squad posts. So I guess once their power is out, at least they have something to distract themselves on the phone with. Alright, where do I sign up for the Queen E kind of public service, and how do I do it? Have to wait before I receive my million in castles? Okay, this one that I'm reading here. There's 24 like, 1 retweet. Okay, people's talking about Well Central Kitchen. Okay, please wear a mask. Okay, do it for the world, please. We at World Central Kitchen will drop some pallet from Arkansas tonight, and thanks for driving pallets of water from El Paso, but where are the convoy of FEMA truck with water? Why can't National Guard bring in tanker trucks? We need the U.S. Special Force and food and water. I don't know why, while I'm editing this video, I just thought about Val Kilmer. He did a movie in the 90s. I believe it was called, if I'm not mistaken, The Saint. I'll look for a screenshot. I think it's one in the mid-90s where it has to do with nuclear fusion. For some reason, where they were trying to control something. I forgot how the movie went, but for some reason I'm thinking about it because of the disaster that's going on in Texas. Because Texas is not the state that's supposed to have snow and this type of natural disaster. I could understand hurricane and different kind of thing, heat wave and kind of things like that. But the snowstorm, just editing this, it just brought this to me. The Saint. I think Val Kilmer is the actor here, and I think there's another person. Is it something Shu? Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, you guys could look into that. It's like how people trying to control certain things, but anyway, that's it. Okay, Bido Overs. Okay, I know this is a bit political here. I'm not gonna go in the comment. I'm just reading this. Bido Ovor. Okay, I hope I pronounced his last name correct. And AOC. All right, are teaming up. AOC is from New York, and Bido is from Texas. So they're teaming up to raise money to help the Texas people. All right. I mean, this is what happened when the people keep on voting Republican. I mean, it's like this is showing them about what is it, things that's going on, and what is it, what's that thing, I forgot the word. When I'm editing it, I hope I remember the word. Showing them that, look at this. When I first heard that Texas was having snow, I was like, snow in Texas? And come to find out, yeah, snow in Texas. Okay, so I forgot the word, but anyway, let me get out of there. All right, so they're teaming up to raise money to help Texas people and to get the things that they need, because Texas is pretty much running by Republican. What happened was that during the storm, Ted Cruz took his family to Cancun. I mean, they don't give a F about anything. All right, so let me move out of the way. Okay. That's that. What is this? What is going on here? Let's see here. The Mugsit and royals always love to compare Harry and Meghan to the Kardashians, saying they are below. Okay, the real royals, only for their faith, real royals to be photoshopped into the Kardashian body. What is that? The newsletter is out. It's about the press and royal family wanting extremely cursed image. Okay, the cult of the magic vagina. Why the British media never really questioned the monarchy. Okay, let's see here. This is a thread. What is going on here? Look at the picture. What? What? Oh dear Jesus. Alright, not sure you can get past the cursed image. Here are some excerpts from the newsletter to encourage you. What is going on here? Okay, most of the British press believe in magic vaginas. Okay, that's the unavoidable consequences of supporting the continuing existence of the royal family. If you think that the descendants of some Germans we imported because having a group of symbolic better is apparently vital to the correct functioning of our system are imbued with magical majesty, you also believe in magic vaginas. Okay, this is how they're trapping them. All right, the magic vagina. Andrew got trapped in that, and this is what's gonna destroy, the monarchy. In defense of the position of the magic vagina is a constitutional necessity in the British political system. You occasionally hear political and royal commentators in the British media mumble that there, quote, isn't much support for the abolishing the monarchy, end quote, or raise the prospect, quote, of President Blair, end quote, as if that's the only position alternative. Republican idea and arguments never get a fair hearing in the papers, on the news or on TV discussion shows. If someone strongly against the royals is ever featured, they are framed as an outlier, a crank, begrudger. Okay. One of the most strongest political belief is that this country will never be a democracy until we kick out the kings and queens. Oh, interesting. It is a sign of how fundamentally unserious this cursed island really is that we had a British referendum in which the Leave side was allowed to vote against. Quote, unelected bureaucrats in Brussels, end quote, with no one questioning the continued presence of an unelected head of state who rides to parliament in a golden carriage. Okay, there it is. People are talking. I wonder when this was written. Where did they get that? When I read things, I like to know the date. I like to know the dates so I could compare how long ago were they talking about it. One of my strongest political beliefs is that this country will never be a democracy until we kick out the kings and queens. It is the sign of how fundamentally unserious this cursed bureaucrats. Am I reading the same thing? That was the last paragraph of the previous. Okay, the royal have been all over the newspapers like a pissing puppy this week after the Queen detonated a distraction bomb with the announcement that she was stripping the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay, so that was recent. Stripping the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of various patronages, titles, and baubles which are in her gift. As I wrote yesterday, this set Nicholas Witchell, the word obsequiousness, caregiving human form by midly distracted necromancer, off on a rant about Meghan and Harry that stretched BBC partiality guidelines to breaking point and beyond. It's also triggered the newspaper into throwing around more royal sources that Prince Edward at Buckingham Palace banquet. What is going on? This is a usual chicken shit from Prince William, who, without the guts to break protocols, preferred to make his displeasure known through whispers to the media that he also purports to despise. He is, quote, said to be really sad, end quote, because that is what he told his press team to tell the world. Similarly, there is so much spent on the phrase, quote, don't disrespect your granny, Harry. That it could have been fired at batsmen by particularly tricky bowler. There is a very specific reason why the royal source, who could never usually dream of calling the queen quote granny, end quote, has done so, and that quote. Convenience, the royal machine switches between presenting the queen as some near supernatural figure of service and magnanimity, and simply a woman who wants the best for her children and grandchildren based on what most strategically useful at any given moment. Prince Andrew back in the news. Question. Make Queenie look human. Story about the royal interfering and how laws are made. Remind everyone of her service quick. Wow. This thing, I was thinking of something where, queen at some near supernatural figure. Like when I'm saying about the way they take the titles as if it's some sort of a like heir or something like that. That's what came to me. All right, titles is nothing, and this is what Meghan showed Harry. Titles is nothing. You could do exactly what you were doing over there outside of the palace wall. All right. So now that they out of there, people are talking. Unrelated question, Mike. Which do you think would be more effective tool for digging my own eyes out? A melon baller or a grapefruit spoon? Use both to double the efficiency. See, this is the kind of wisdom that I follow you for. Then the Windsors and the Magic Vagina play at the Fairfax Hall and the Cordon back in 1977. Oh my goodness. This is one of the people I think when I was reading one of the tweets, and I follow him right on the spot. All right, so this is what we're getting here. People are talking. Let's see here. What else? Meghan announced she's pregnant. That's 21 hours ago. It's front page. We get think pieces. Matt Hancock, the country's public health secretary, has been found to have been acting unlawful with the pandemic contracts, and there's no countrywide outrage. A country with 120,000 COVID deaths. Just wow. This is the thing here. What is it? The contract that's making round is one of those things that I talk about giving PPE. I believe, I could be wrong again. It's about the PPE contract he gave to a brand new company, couple days old, not even months, couple days old, giving that particular contract to that brand new company. And then the people who create the company has no knowledge into the healthcare. All right, they just created to take the money. Their background, the creators of that particular company, is into finance. All right. So I talked about this particular couple months ago. It could have been like 4 months. I watched a video today that explained it perfectly. Billionaire dollar media mogul have bought their way into the government. Majority of British media is owned by them. So it's very much print what they want printed. So infuriating and corrupt. So Harry and Meghan was the perfect tool for them to be able to do all this nonsense behind the scene. I have no doubt that this is the case. It makes absolute sense. It's actually really depressing thinking about it. All right. I'm seeing a good few posts on Twitter with lots of likes and artists saying the same thing. Perhaps there is plenty of public outrage, but claiming there isn't seem to gain more traction. This should be directed the lack of media push than how people feel. The thing is that they own the mic. I always say that the people with the mic want to feed the people what they want to feed, and this is why sometimes you see some negative comment in my thing, repeating the BS all of the squad, not just me, all of the squad is seeing all the BS those people been fed to coming in and the squad's timeline to create those BS. Okay, the squad usually see the positive thing and spend their BS into something funny. All right, let's see here. Even less about him saying vitamin D doesn't work. Oh my lord. Whew. All right, that's that. Okay, from Meghan, you go straight into politics. So this. All right. So let me see. Let me go on my homepage and see what's going on. Okay, yesterday was Rihanna's birthday. Okay, birthday to Jamaica's finest. I don't follow Rihanna that much, but Rihanna is not Jamaican. If I could be wrong, I thought he's from Barbados or some other island. I could be wrong. Okay, you guys could correct me. Okay, let's see here. 22 billion pound flushed down the drain. They've broke the law, and not a single member of the government has resigned or been sacked. Okay, this is what's going on here. Okay, if you follow the right person, these things come to your timeline. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. That's right. Rather, they mourn about Harry and Meghan choosing to work for themselves and not waste public money. All right, and the media protect those people by using Harry and Meghan news as scapegoat deflecting tactics. Okay, if you look at the head, my thumbnails of my 2 videos yesterday, I kept the top part. Okay, the hypnotist, something like that, have gone or something like that, and then the bottom is the title of the video. Okay, why are some not seeing the prosecution for misconduct in public office? Someone needs to bring a private one if the CPC couldn't prosecute Satan can be bothered. Okay, the last article that I read on video number 2 yesterday, February 20th. Okay, I read an article where all this was all in the planning since 2000. I believe the article was dated 2001. Okay, all these were in the making. All right, first you have to get behind the royal. All right, get behind the royal, prop up their head with BS, make them look good, do all this nonsense so you could get away with murder, pretty much. That's what it is. All right, should have backed Corbyn. I mean, the thing was there. I don't know what people were seeing in the UK. The thing was there. You see they use that Analytica company to manipulate the system and feed the public some BS, and they some of the things that they were saying, the racists start coming out, so they blaming the people who's not British or dark skin who came in and stuff like that. They were throwing people out, the same tactic that Trump was doing. All right, kicking people out, building walls, and all of this BS that was going on. Okay, that was the goal, because what happened here is that some of you may disagree with me, because most of immigrants who come to other countries like the UK or something like that, they know BS when BS present themselves. Okay, they are sharp as hell because their homeland is the majority of the political people are corrupt. Okay, they know how corruption works. So when they move to other countries, when they see corruption starting to present itself, they speak out. Okay, so those people who've been living in a comfortable life, never seen hardship, never seen anything to bother them and stuff like that, will not know it when corruption start presenting himself. So to make sure, okay, the government do their corruption at peace, okay, is to get rid of the immigrant. Okay, so that's how they move their tactic. Remove the immigrant. They're too sharp for us. Okay, we don't want the immigrant to tell the people who've been living comfortably what we're gonna do, that kind of thing. All right, so they get those immigrants out of there, and then those who's been living comfortably don't see the danger that's coming straight at them. They don't see it. So instead, they prop those people who born over there with light skin and all of this. This is what we, they use them. In other words, they use them as foot soldiers, like I said in one of my videos. Foot soldiers to do their dirty work, to hate on the other groups and stuff like that. And then guess what? They let the the disease coming. Disease doesn't know any boundaries between black, white, gay, lesbian, and LGBT or any of that. If you could breathe, you have the same kind of human composition kind of thing, not DNA kind of thing, but human composition. You could breathe, you could talk, you have eyes, even animals too. Okay, the disease is gonna attack you. All right. So even the foot soldiers who were doing the dirty work for them, you get attacked too from that disease. They let it in. Okay? So now you guys deal with that problem. And then for some reason, I've spoke about this in my videos before. I don't know why people take money. All this is because of money. Okay? When they say money is the root of all evil, it's true. This is it. It's playing full well in front of us. And the 2021 right now. Okay, evilness, money. They rather destroy society for money. When in fact, people without money could still live comfortably if you are good to other people. People will understand your heart, your good deed, and all of that. Okay, but let me get out of there. All right, so this is what's talking about now. People are talking about the real deal, the thing that was going behind the scene when Harry and Meghan were in the UK. All right, let's see here. Nicola Whitwell really is an obvious gravel royal. Okay, so this is more political. All right, let me see. I believe I had some tweets that I bookmarked a couple of days ago. I never went over them. Let's see here. Okay, I believe it was Harry who requested to make their departure final before the March. The press and royal family will have been happy to keep the speculation going on March 7. I'm not sure if I did some of these. Alright, so since I bring it up, let me read some of the comment. Agree, I think he spoke to them and said enough. Either you make the announcement or I will. Okay, that's from Friday announcement. Okay, so this is outdated. And 2 videos ago, I just went straight to my homepage and my bookmark, and then I never get the chance to touch my bookmarks. Okay, yep, the royal voters and hate mongers have worked themselves into a frenzy over their pregnancy announcement and the Oprah interview. Now they can talk about this till they cry themselves to sleep every night. Okay, isn't today Andrew's birthday? Timing for the British royal family is key. Not no talk about the alleged pedo. The thing is that I don't know if I said, but I know I was thinking about it. I think Harry and Meghan, Harry in particular, forget Meghan and this thing, because it's between the royals, Harry and his family. Before he did that speech where he said he found the love of his life, before he went to meet Meghan and Archie in Canada, that speech, I don't want to put any click. I think he did his final bid. If he had to sign between the line saying he's not coming back, I think he did it on that day or before that. Okay, he gave them the final decision and stuff like that. It was the royals, okay, and the royal voters and all of that who kept it a secret, hoping that Harry will return. Okay, Harry will return, and then they're gonna use that until for their advantage at some point in time, which was the 19th when they decided to bring it out. Okay, so Harry had already given them the thing, and if you look at it in that sense also, as soon as they pretty much in the US, they were signing deal with Netflix, and Spotify came a little bit later. Okay, to do that major deal with Netflix and all of this, okay, they already knew they weren't coming back. So which means the royal family knew also. Okay, but they want to use that 1 year review to let those royal voter write those negative thing and all of this, to drag it out in some way. All right, yep, the royal voter hate mongers have worked themselves. Okay, I read that. Okay, I read that also. Like anything Harry and Meghan do, the element of surprise play a part here. Let's tell the queen when she least expected it. Okay, the Queen had known from last year that they weren't coming back. There it is. That's true. Harry didn't want the year review anyway. That is true also. It was the palace that insisted on it in case they changed their minds. Okay, how is this a surprise for the Queen when she knew all along? Okay, that's right. I totally agree. The firm hope a year review, the proposal subject to condition and compromise. I mean, they already took everything away from him. Harry said he accepted it. All right? They took everything away from him. He accepted it. Okay? He found the love of his life, the love that he hoped for, So he's like, take everything. At least I have a peace of mind. Okay? Will cause drift and frustration. They really underestimate the man. That's true. They keep forgetting about Harry. Harry's a king. There's no ifs or buts about it. Service is universal. Agree 100%. All right, Harry. You look at. Anyway. Let's go to the next one. These people. The life is very. To tell you the truth, life is simple. Life is simple. Many people may say, "Why is life is simple?" Well, if you know what you want, you go after it. You do what you need to do to to be in that bubble that you want to be in. So it's people with envy, who want so much, who want things that they know they cannot have, or they don't have the ability to obtain it. They become angry. They create all this negativity. That's why they make life difficult. Okay, if you know what you want, you go after it, you work hard for it, and you enjoy doing it. Life is easy. Life is very simple. God make life. God, like I said, God give you water and food. It's up to you to use the natural resources. Oh, that's the word that I was natural disaster. That's the word I was looking for a couple tweets ago. All right, natural disaster. Okay, when I was talking about the Texas thing. All right, so when God give you all the natural resources to do whatever that you may need to do, that you need. All right. If God didn't give you shelter. God did not give you shelter. You use the natural resources to create your own shelter. All right. All animals and stuff like that have fur and things like that to keep them warm. Okay. Birds create nests to do all of this for their home and all of that. Okay. God gave you the food and water. Shelter is up to you to put it in your own need, in your own environment. Like this tweet I was reading a couple days ago where someone said, oh, these people were living in a hut and all of that, that the Brits show them like modern kind of lifestyle. Nobody asked you they wanted to improve on their lifestyle. The hut that they were living in, it was comfortable for them. When you look at it also, all those natural disasters, pollution, and all of that that's going on around the world, they don't start from third world countries. It's those people who want to live those lavish lifestyle, who's creating things to make life easier, supposedly to create life easier, and then you see the pollution start happening. All right, the Earth needs to be balanced, okay? You take something out of the earth, it creates something else. The balancing act is not there, okay? You extract natural resources more than you need because of money, okay? Then natural disasters happening, okay? They're not balancing out. That's the thing. There's a balance that needs to be happening, and then those greeds and those people who only see money, all right, is creating the imbalance. And then to create more the imbalance is that they lie to the public. They lie to the public for the public to get behind them, okay, while they're doing their BS. And then as more people get on their side, for them to do their humanly kind of thing, to create more disasters or extract things from natural resources, and then you're getting more pollution, more natural disasters and all of that, okay? And then anyway, that's just a picture that I'm creating in my head, because things are not balancing out. All right, let's see here. Next, implying that the only way to help others to support charities is to be a royal was clearly a big mistake. Well, let me see. Implying that the only way to help others to support charities is to be a royal was clearly a big mistake. There's the worry face. I'm sorry if I read this before. I don't know if it's when I was bookmark it, I read the first headline and then I bookmark it. And I don't think I did a video about it. Okay, just show what an inflated view they must have on their impact. Okay, I can't even imagine a charity doing hard work during a freaking pandemic and seeing the posts or all the medical workers and first responders. They are so bad at everything. All right, let's see here. Are they talking about the world? Quite an insult to people who are out there every day. Perhaps the firm should clap again for the health workers. Public service at great risk. Oh, wait, only the royal family does public service. Okay, like they are the biggest philanthropic people out there. Nope, they will live to regret this foolishness. Okay, I don't think I did a video on this. Okay, should I reclaim all the donation made as I am not a royal? Okay, oops. Okay, not a mistake, but the unadulterated arrogant. Okay, yep, Angelina Jolie and all the major American charity workers are gonna show up and show out in 2022. Hopefully the pandemic will be covered. Okay. All right, they are trying to undermine them, but forget service universal and pompous as hell. Okay, I'm glad it happened exactly as it did. They and dragging them? They show exactly who they are: unstable, vengeful, petty, insecure, and mean. Wait, did I leave out heartless? A bit strong, huh? They are really messed up. Okay, inflated self-importance or the charities survive without royal links. Okay, pretty much most of the charities that Harry and Meghan were part of, they survive, and theirs just go out of bankrupt. Okay, other royal charities have closed. Okay, I've said it in other videos. Okay. Let's see here. Children Art Charity, backed by Kate Middleton, will close all 8 of its facilities as it's no longer financially sustainable. Okay, Kate Middleton, 38, first became patron of the art room in Oxford in 2012. Kids Mental Health Charity is set to close its space due to financial pressure. Okay, mental. Okay, and she's still talking about mental thing here. My goodness, spokesperson said they'd be developing financial viable model for the art room. All right, so other people are talking about it. All right, it's not just me who's bringing this thing. All right, let's see here. Yeah, no wonder they quickly issue another statement saying Philip is still in the hospital. Okay, I'm not even over there. When that thing came out, I made a video about it. Someone said they don't care about Prince Philip. They only hear about the war. But the thing keeps on popping on my timeline. I wanted to share it with you. And I told you, they were just propping people up for BS. Something else was coming. I mean, the squad knew the wave of things, how does royal deal with things. Waiting for the backtracking from this statement. 1, 2, 3, royal rats on your marks. Okay, so this is what's going on. I don't think I shared this with you. That should have been on the 2 days ago, but I got caught up with other things. Let's see this here. Okay, to all the pre-writing articles about the negotiation that will never be printed, we pay our respect. When I saw this, I was like, I told you guys, those headlines and everything was already done. They were in the closet waiting to be used at the right time. There's another squad who's pretty much saying that in a way. All right, there's gonna be no 1-year review. So all those headlines that was already be written to be used against Harry and Meghan, adios, they're done with. You got that right? That's me who responded that. Okay. That was, February 19th. How are you, the rest of the family with me? Yeah, okay, that's a little bit personal. Okay, they were hoping, you guys could read it, okay? While I'm reading the other one, or freeze your screen. Okay, they were hoping for a clickbait article around the end of March. Now hope they can all go back to covering the senior royals and leave our favor alone. I worry for the pressure whoever gets Harry and Meghan articles will face. Okay, and good riddance. I guess it's back to the drawing board for the carnival of clowns. Okay, people are just laughing. Okay, so all the click revenues that never came. I imagine they had 24 experts lined up to analyze every detail like they did to analyze Harry's story. I saw this somewhere and I was laughing. I was like, what? My goodness. Oh, the tears they must be crying as their wallet shrank. Uh-oh, my notification just popped up here. People are laughing, all of them today. Pretends, okay, that's in French. Looking forward to the Oprah sit-down interview. Harry will be spewing fire. Harry will be spewing fire. I think that's why Meghan speaks alone first. Okay, so they could distinguish them. Not because Meghan is here and all of that. Oh, I hope Archie shows up and says something. Oh my goodness. Mia, good riddance. Okay, the squad are just laughing. Love this. Alright, next tweet. Okay, let's see here. Oh, so the person tweeted this, but there's more to it. That's the one that I bookmarked. Oh wow, it's a lot. What? Alright, Lena. Alright, let's see here. As Harry and Meghan said, service is universal. Here are some of the humanitarian activism work Meghan Markle did before joining the royal family. It's a thread. Alright, let me just show you the pictures. Alright, I'll try to limit some of my comment. Unless it's at come, I'll show it. Okay. This is what Meghan was doing before meeting Harry. I'm telling you, I think Diana did her magic up there to search all the women around the world. What will get her son out of that infested palace? Oh wow, I love this. Oh my goodness, I love this. This look like there's a arm thing within that jacket. Wow. All right, this is what Meghan was doing. Okay, I have this picture. I will show it. My computer is full. I need to clean up my computer. Oh, all right. I have a picture of this, but a different angle. I have it somewhere on that side looking in. There's Meghan. Okay, young world, one young world. Okay. I'm telling you, Princess Diana was doing her magic up there and said, all right, they corrupt my oldest. I need my youngest to get out of there. And search, you know. And then, bam, she made that connection for that person to match Meghan with Harry. Okay, 2015, as UN ambassador, Meghan delivers a speech on women's rights to world leaders. Here's a picture of her with former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. Okay, I think I also have this picture. And I think I have that picture too. Wow, can you imagine on live, okay? To speak in front of all these people, that's huge, okay? Speaking, I mean, I don't have a good speaking ability. I'm not trying to say I do here. But when talking in front of all these people, it takes courage. Okay? It takes courage. Public speaking is something that everybody should do, should take in college. If you're going to be, let's say, a lawyer or any of those high position kind of thing. All right, because if you're representing people, you don't know who your client is gonna be, where you have to speak in front of a camera and stuff like that, in front of people. All right, so public speaking is a huge thing to get your fright, your insecurity out of the way and stuff like that. I remember before the pandemic, I used to push my kids to do things when they do their project and stuff like that. I used to call the teacher and said, let him present it in front of the class. All right, pick him to present it in front of the class. All right, this is a training. This is the time. If you're gonna get embarrassed, this is the time at this age. All right, to get your fight out of the way. All right, let's see here. 2014 spoke at the He for She campaign launched alongside high-profile activist Emma Watson. Okay, there it is. Okay, I don't know what title she has over there. I think she's Brit. So she played in Harry Potter or something like that. I don't know what title she has over there, but at that time she's also an actress, just like Meghan. All right. That nonsense the royal family put on those people's head over there. I mean, my goodness. Okay, we want our girls to go up knowing their worth when they when they have that sense of confidence. They excel in academic and relationship and extracurricular, knowing their value dictates the choice they make. That's Meghan Markle in 2015 for the Dove Self-Esteem Project. All right. My goodness, I'm telling you, Princess Diana definitely was doing her work. All right, to make sure this is the girl Harry gets. Okay? And then, oh, Princess Diana made sure to tell Meghan, get rid of that other guy. I want my son to replace him. Let me stop. I try not to talk out of her past, but I don't know. This nonsense came in my mind. I just blow it out. You guys could come after me. I know that was kind of stupid. All right. Meghan was and still is a counselor of One Young World, joined by recognized leaders such as Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, Bill Clinton, Crown Prince Haakon, and Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway. Summit in 2014, Bridging the Gender Gap panel. So she was already touching shoulders with royalties already. Look at her. And look at her arm. Alright, she was doing her thing. Alright, these kind of things were side job for her. Alright, well, the acting was what's paying her rent and all of this. Alright, these were the things that close to her heart, and Miss Doria embedded these kind of things in her. Alright, Miss Doria is our queen, the Sussex Squad's queen. Alright, who taught her all of this, and let's not forget her school too. Okay, her school, the Sacred Heart, taught her some of these things, charity and all of that. Alright. Alright, and there's her again. I don't have some of these pictures. Okay, we saw that already. Alright. Next, let's see Meghan and Justin Trudeau at the One Young World Summit 2016. Alright, this is what Meghan was showing Harry. There's Meghan right here. Right here. Alright. There's Emma Watson. Okay. Meghan was showing Harry, look, I was doing all of this. I was rubbing shoulders with all of these people. Alright. You don't need a title to do all of this. Okay? These pictures are powerful. There she is right there. Okay, next. There she is talking to him. Alright, but she was rubbing shoulders with high profile without Harry. That's the thing the squad are trying to tell people. Alright, Meghan was already up there. Alright, she didn't need a title to be next to him. She was doing the thing that close to her heart. That's what made her brush shoulders with these people. Okay? Look, that's another angle. Okay, you can see she's passionate about her. Look at her face, very serious. Let's look at this one too. Yeah, very serious about it. And that's another angle here. Alright. Some of these pictures I've never seen, different angles. Alright, Meghan hosting the WICT signature luncheon in 2015. Quote, the luncheon is the premier industry event where distinguished leaders come together to support of women in the cable industry. Alright, end quote. Wow, she was everywhere. Okay, I didn't know about this. Some of you who are new, alright, just know I wasn't following Meghan before the royals. Okay, I was not following. I know of her existence. Okay, I knew she was an actress. I didn't know about Suit. Okay, but I know some other movies she plays in. Okay, I talk about it in some other videos. I'm not trying here to say I knew Meghan from the get-go. It's the negativity, the headlines that been going on. I start asking myself questions. Alright, I wasn't even following the royals that much. Okay, yes, I look at them. I watch some of their profile kind of thing, the wedding and all of that. But I wasn't really a diehard kind of thing. But when I find the negativity that they were talking about her, and I wanted to know why they were doing it, and then through that I find myself having a lot to say, especially on Hugo's channel. All right, if you watch some of my old videos, you will understand, you'll know. Okay, I don't want to waste time repeating myself again. All right, there's Meghan again. I saw that picture. Next. Okay, wow, look at that dress. There she is again. Okay, let's see here. 2014, Meghan went on a USO tour with the then chairman of Joint Chief of Staff, Army General Martin E. Dempsey. She visited 5 countries, Spain, Italy, Turkey, Afghanistan, and England, and entertained thousands of service members and their family. Tons of pictures. All right. These are the things that pops up, those how do you call this, the vets, the servicemen, okay, because they're worrying about their family when there's a celebrity. I mean, this thing has been going on for a very long time. I've seen pictures of Marilyn Monroe doing these kind of things. So she's using her position, okay, to prop up others, okay. Look at her right here. This looked like the jacket she wore when she came out of that building with Harry. Okay, where I said this is when I knew she was pregnant. All right, let's see more pictures. The squads are on fire. I'm sorry, this was supposed to come out like a couple of days ago, but I got caught up with the current event that was going on. I bookmarked this a long time ago. All right, this is it. All right, let's see here. 2016, Meghan traveled to Rwanda as World Vision Ambassador to see firsthand the challenges facing many communities when it comes to finding safe drinking water. Since then, the Children's Charity has been able to support more than 57,500 people with safe water to drink. I think I have a video one of the squad did on my last video. Okay, so these are pictures of all of that. I have that picture. Okay, so that's what Meghan was doing before Harry. Okay, she didn't need a title to do all of this. Okay, let's see here. 2017, Meghan traveled to WV. Where is it? I don't know what it stands. Ambassador to India. She wrote for Time about an issue that affect women in many countries. She explained the shame girls experience when they menstruate, how it hampered their chances of success because they are not able to attend school, for example. All right, there's this. Okay. Okay, Meghan Markle, her period effect potential. Okay, that was the article from Time. All right, and then at the age of 11, Meghan lobbied a dishwasher soap manufacturer to change its sexist TV commercial. All right, there's a YouTube video she put there. I mean, you guys could go on YouTube to watch that. Okay. All right, next. Okay, she participated in the U.S. network called I Won't Stand for Racism and code campaign. All right, I showed this on my last video, and no, 2 or 3 videos ago. All right, because I'm already an hour and 30 minutes, so I don't want to waste too much time. We've seen this video before. Okay, inspired. Let me bookmark it just in case. All right, inspired by her mother, Doria, Meghan volunteered the ages of 13 to 17 at Soup Kitchen in Skid Row, Los Angeles. She continued as an adult. Let's see here. Look at her here. My goodness. I mean, I could see why they're jealous of Meghan. I could see why. Everything she wore, she rocks it. Look at her. She still look good with that cap. That's why they're upset at her. Okay, you're seeing all the hate and all of that. That's jealousy talking here. I'm looking at her here. She's killing it here. With the cap and the jacket and stuff like that. She's killing it. Look at her. Everything she wears, she's magnifying it. My goodness. Next one. Okay, she volunteered with the Glass Slipper during her university years, an organization that collects donated dresses for teenagers who are unable to buy their own home attire. What came to mind with this is the smart work. Oh, I almost forgot the name. The smart work thing. So she was trained to give those ideas to these charities in the UK. All right, there's her. And there's her here. Okay. Next, all right, this is the one that I bookmarked, and then there's the whole bunch behind that. 2016, she hosted the watercolor project event at Luma's Gallery in Toronto. Paintings were made by students in Rwanda and ended up raising enough money to build a well through the help of World Vision. What I think happened here, she took the kids, I could be wrong, she took the kids' pictures and stuff like that and sell it in the wherever, I think Canada or something like that, and then that money, and send it back. All right, again, she didn't need a title to do all of this. Ideas after ideas popping up and things like that. All right, there's this. Okay, I could keep going with this thread, but let me stop here. She has dedicated her whole life to service. Same for Prince Harry. Now they're doing the work together. Their new nonprofit organization, Archwell, will have a huge impact on people's life, and I can't wait to see that. Am I following her, or is it a bit? No, I am following her. Okay, so that's why I came across it. Okay, there's this picture here. All right. Quote, we believe in you, and we intend to spend our entire lives making sure you have the opportunity to succeed and change the world. Prince Harry. Let's hear this.
We will firmly stand up for what we believe. We are fortunate enough to have a position that gives us amazing opportunities, and we will do everything that we can to play our part in building a better world. We will always seek to challenge injustice and to speak out for those who may feel unheard. So no matter your background, your nationality, your age or gender, your sexuality, your physical ability, no matter your circumstance or colour of your skin, we believe in you. And we intend to spend our entire lives making sure that you have the opportunity to succeed and change the world.
There's a couple things that came to mind. First is the Commonwealth. Some of the things that he's talking about, these are the things that attract the Commonwealth in the Caribbean and all of that. And the other thing that and then they took that away from him. Let's see how the other one feel in that shoes, because they got rid of him because of his wife kind of thing. All right. And the other thing, as I'm looking at here, look how Meghan is looking at Prince Harry with proud. You know, this is where I said in one of, I think my last video, where I said Meghan put Harry in that pedestal, okay, while the royal family was treating him like dirt. All right, Meghan put a value on Harry. I mean, I knew Harry knows he had it, don't get me wrong, but it's the way the royal family was treating him. Okay, let's get this straight. I'm not saying Harry put himself down or anything like that. No, it's the way his family put him down to prop up the brother. Okay, and come along, Meghan, put Harry on a pedestal and said, you are this, you are that, you could do this without that, and this kind of thing. All right, let's see here. Some of the work she did as working royal. Oh my goodness, there's more. Michelle, Meghan Markle thread of a small window into her work and achievement during her time as working royal. Let's see here. So the squad added to it. Okay. Oh my goodness, this probably gonna be it. Okay, this probably gonna be the end after that, because I'm an hour and 26 minutes. Okay, Meghan Markle thread, a small window. Okay, I read that already. All right, supported of work alongside the Hub Community Kitchen, consisting of survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire, to create a charity cookbook known as, quote, Together, the Community Cookbook, end quote. March 2019, over 130,000 copies sold, raising over £500,000. Okay?
Together is a cookbook, but it's also the story of a West London community who gathered together in a kitchen and discovered the healing power of sharing food.
Cooking for me is everything. I love to see people gathering on one table.
I love to cook. I love to feed people.
Feel comfortable.
And so, for 2 days every week, these women were able to cook and share their delicious recipes together.
We've called the kitchen the Hub Community Kitchen because in Arabic, Hub means love, and we share love.
It's like one family now. We are sharing food, sharing happiness, sadness, everything.
I think food can bring back memories, and even the smell of food can bring back childhood comfort.
I immediately felt connected to this community kitchen. Like these women, I'm passionate about food and cooking as a way of strengthening communities.
She asked me, how many days do you offer this service? And I said 2 days a week. And her straight question was, why not 7 days, Zahira? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
There's that
We
quick
sit together,
thinking.
we eat together, we enjoy the time together. Never mind where are you from, which color you are, which language you talk is something amazing.
So I'm proud to be supporting this cookbook, Together, which features delicious recipes from the women of the Hub Community Kitchen.
I feel very excited that my own unique recipes are going to be used around the world, because some of the recipes that I put in there are actually like very unique to my family.
The proceeds will allow the kitchen to stay open and to thrive so it can continue transforming lives and communities through cooking.
Initially, the project was for Grenfell and the victims, but now it's for the community to come together, to socialise, to cook, to enjoy the different flavours. It's not just about home, it's not just about cooking to fill stomachs, it's about bringing people together.
Together is the celebration of the food, whereby we share, we laugh, we enjoy, we eat. We are definitely eating.
We hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
There's one of the things that I was talking about where you could see she's in that video, she's hands-on, she's doing things, right? And in one of my video I said, you know, I think while she was cooking with them and talking, she probably brought the conversation of her mother and stuff like that. And that's when I think they were somewhere in one of those palaces where they were doing some cooking, and then that's where Harry took the samosa behind his back and they caught him. I have a picture of it. This is when Miss Doria came. I think it's because she has mentioned her mother with those ladies. Look how comfortable she was with them. I mean, you don't see the walls. I don't know. This is a very heavy shoes these royals gonna have to fill in. I mean, how could you people of those people, I mean, not all, I know definitely it's not all, those people of the mic, to see what Meghan was doing was bad. How could, and then they connected with some sort of terrorist or something like that from my understanding. I could be wrong, you guys could correct me. Okay? Because my memory sometimes don't serve me well. I have to throw that in. But how could these people see this is wrong? My goodness. All right, let's see the next one. Became patron of the Association of Commonwealth University. Okay, the ACU promote international collaboration and higher education, equipping universities to meet the UN Sustainable Development Goals and address some of the most pressing global issues of our time. Let's see here. Look at her taking notes. Look at this. Taking notes, and look at the eye contact. All right. This is the thing. When you're in a meeting, you bring a notebook with you. This is the... Ah, my goodness. As I'm seeing this, you're not going to see royals doing that. They probably bring someone to do that for them. Wow. Look at her, fix her faces. Listening. Taking notes. My goodness. Okay, that's when she was pregnant. Look at her. God damn, that freaking pandemic. Oh, there's that spoiled dog. There's that spoiled... Oh, no, that's not Guy. I was thinking of a spoiled dog. That dog, I think, got Meghan under her finger. All right. An animal welfare charity which rescue and find homes for abandoned dogs and cats within London bring therapy dogs to the sick and elderly and helps the homeless and other vulnerable pet owners care for the animal despite economic hardship. Okay, that's the Mayhew. Okay, I think she still representing them, that organization. I mean, the minute she stepped in, I mean, she's like, what do we have over there? What kind of charities are there? And then go through them and then went and present herself to them and said, you know, I want to be part of you guys. Oh, that I'm telling you, that dog remind me of her dog, Guy. That dog is spoiled. You could see it even in that picture of the Christmas picture. The dog is there staring at her. Okay, that dog is spoiled. Spoiled. Okay, next, a strong. As I'm saying that, I'm thinking Archie and the dog may have some problem here. Who's gonna get mommy's attention? Alright, a strong believer in using the arts to bring people from different backgrounds and communities together, Meghan became patron of the National Theatre. Their mission is to make world-class theatre that is entertaining, challenging, inspiring, and most importantly for everyone. Okay, so I think this is one of those that they took away from her. Well, I can't wait for BAFTA. I believe BAFTA is one of those patrons that William has. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the thing. All right, so these actors and, look at her. Her posture, look at this. Her posture, even as she squats. Her posture, and she goes at their level. That's something. I mean, when you see her talking to kids and other things, she goes at their level to have the eye contact instead of them looking up. That's very important. Okay, when you're talking to people like that. Okay, there it is. Oh my God, even that dress she's wearing, it looks good on her even as she's pregnant. I mean, I could see why they freaking don't like her, because they're jealous. They're jealous of her. Jeez, even this, she's whacking it. My goodness. Now I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Hug. Wow, the dress looked really good on her. Alright, next. Kate traveled to Ireland with Harry on an official 2-day royal visit in 2018. Some engagement, meeting Ireland President and First Lady, visit Croke Park home of GAA Ireland, visit Trinity College, visit Dog Patch Startup Hub, place for entrepreneurs to develop their ideas. Okay, I mean, the squad are on top of everything. Okay, look at the dog. I see something here, but I'm not gonna say it to embarrass anybody here. Okay, I think she wanted to touch Meghan's hair or something. I mean, when they go to engagement, they have fun. They have fun. All right, next tweet. Toured the Pacific region, including Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand with Harry in 2018, to reaffirm each country's close tie to the UK and to highlight important global issues, including climate change, mental health, and gender equality. Okay. Oh man, I love Jacinda. She's something. She's something. I think her country, and I believe also Australia, their COVID number is not that high. Okay. I wonder when they go back into their hotel room, how they talk about this. I mean, look at, they always have that eye contact kind of thing. This is so cute. I mean, how those countries, those Commonwealth are gonna deal now with them not there anymore. My goodness. All right. He gave a speech about feminism at the celebration of the 125th anniversary of women's suffrage in New Zealand. Quote, because yes, women's suffrage is about feminism, but feminism is about fairness, end quote. Let's see here. And I think this is the first time I mention about her public speaking thing.
Good evening, everyone. Your Excellencies, Prime Minister, Mr. and Mrs. Bridges, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tēnā katoa. Your Excellency, thank you for your warm welcome to Government House this evening, as well as for hosting me and Harry during our special time in New Zealand. We are proud to be able to join you tonight in celebrating the 125th anniversary of women's suffrage in your country. The achievements of the women of New Zealand who campaigned for their right to vote and were the first in the world to achieve it are universally admired. In looking forward to this very special occasion, I reflected on the importance of this achievement, but also the larger impact of what this symbolizes. Because yes, women's suffrage is about feminism, but feminism is about fairness. Suffrage is not simply about the right to vote, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of being able to participate in the choices for your future and that of your community. The involvement and voice that allows you to be a part of the very world that you are a part of. And women's suffrage is not simply about the right to vote for women, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of all people, including those members of society who have been marginalized, whether for reasons of race, gender, ethnicity, or orientation, to be able to participate in the choices for their future and their community. So bravo, New Zealand, for championing this right 125 years ago for the women who well deserve to have an active voice and an acknowledged vote, and for all of the people that this effort has paved the way for globally.
All right, so that's that. That's the. I've seen pictures of it. I don't think I've heard the speech. As I was watching the speech here, again, that public speaking thing. And you could see she's the one who voted, because as she's reading, she's looking, giving the public eye contact, okay? Already memorized half of the page already, and then go straight back to the page to see where she left off. I mean, you had to practice. I mean, this is, acting is to remember your lines and all of that. So this is the thing that, Princess Diana had to get help with. And that Knet, okay, for the derangers who are watching my videos. Okay, go give your Knet or your Miss Exhausted advice. Practice this stuff, because she's embarrassing herself when English is her primary language. She can't even read something on the freaking paper. Okay, go give her positive advice. All right, if you come in here to put negative comment, this is what Meghan is good at, that you guys are so jealous of. All right, instead of coming here to put negative comment, all right, this is what Meghan possesses. All right, there's another one. Let me not waste time with the derangers who's trolling my channel. All right, gave a speech at the University of South Pacific, main Fiji campus, centered around the importance of women education. Quote, because when girls are given the right tools to succeed, they can create incredible future, not only for themselves, but also for those around them. All right, I've seen this before.
Aware of the challenges of being able to afford this level of schooling for many people around the world, myself included. It was through scholarships, financial aid programs, and work study, where my earnings from a job on campus went directly towards my tuition, that I was able to attend university. And without question, it was worth every effort. Everyone should be afforded the opportunity to receive education that they want, but more importantly, the education that they have the right to receive. And for women and girls in developing countries, this is vital. Providing them with access to education is the key to economic and social development. The Association of Commonwealth Universities, which Her Majesty the Queen is patron of, supports universities to promote equality in their own institutions. So I am very pleased to announce today that 2 new grants will be awarded to Fiji National University and the University of South Pacific, allowing each of them to run workshops which empower their female staff.
Okay. So again, the public speaking thing, the eye contact, the thing, and she gave an example of her personal thing within that speech. I mean, she's mastering this. Definitely master in public speaking. All right, let's hear recap video of the Pacific Region Tour in 2018. Alright, so I'm gonna mute this video because there's the music in the background. As I was watching it, I saw Harry barefooted in the sand. It reminded me of the picture of the recent picture he put out with Meghan pregnant, and they were talking about his foot. Okay, attended event hosted by the Associate Commonwealth University at King's College London to discuss higher education opportunities for young people all over the world. Guests included university leaders, academics, international scholarship students. Okay, again, look at her with pen and paper taking notes. All right, she's there to listen and then take notes and see what needs to be done. I don't know, but have you guys seen the other royals do that? Look at her. Straight in the eyes, eye contact, taking notes. My goodness. All right, next, travel to Morocco on official tour with Harry in 2019. Some engagement include visiting various schools in the small town of Azni, meeting children with special needs, visiting the cooking demonstration, visiting a traditional Moroccan art and craft display. I mean, definitely the art and things like that needs to be, kids needs to know about this kind of thing. So art is a form of communication. Okay, when you look back at things from the past, it tells a story. It gives you, it's like another form of communication, pretty much. Okay, that's them. There they are. There they are again. I'm sorry, people, I kept this from you guys because the other things were popping up on my timeline. Okay, these are I bookmarked a while back. Join a panel convened of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust to discuss and mark International Women's Day. Quote, if things are wrong and there is a lack of justice and equality, someone needs to say something, and why can't it be you? Okay, that's the thing they didn't like about her over there. All right, little Archie in there. Oh, there she is. I forgot her name. The singer. Okay, there they are. I forgot her name. There's Meghan again. All right, next. All right, almost 2 hours. Oh my God. Patron of, quote, SmartWorks, and, quote, a charity that prepares underprivileged women for workforce, work with several fashion collaboration to launch capsule collection named, quote, the Smart Set, and, quote, which operate on a one-on-one model. For each item purchased, one is donated to SmartWorks. Okay. There it is. And some of the squad were talking about the shirt. She was reading a tweet and then she said she was wearing one of those collections. You should have given me a warning, that kind of thing. I mean, she's hands-on. When she's involved in something, she give it all. She give it all. There they are. Okay, the Smart Set capsule collection. These are the cool. Yep. Who's gonna fill that shoes? This is a heavy shoes to fill. Attended a roundtable discussion with the Associate of Commonwealth University in Johannesburg. There she was joined students and educators who openly discussed challenges for girls gaining access to university. Okay. There's her notes paper here. Dr. Johanna Newman. All right, next. There she is. Okay, next. 2 hours almost up. Guest edited the September issue of British Vogue entitled, quote, Force for Change, and, quote, the issue highlights, quote, brilliant female changemakers who have had a laudable impact in recent times and who are set to reshape society in radical and positive way, end quote. Okay. Oh, I didn't know she was in it. That actor. Okay. Oh, there she is here too. I never really looked close into it. Okay, here are the 15 women featured on the cover British Vogue Forces for Change September issues. Okay, you guys could freeze your screen to read it because I'm almost 2 hours here. Oh, this guy. Do the same thing here. I can't stand this guy anymore. All right, next. Tour South Africa with Harry in 2019 to build support for climate change initiative, women's rights, illegal wildfire trade, race relation, and cultural understanding. Okay. I remember another video where Harry was talking about this moment where they have a schedule. There you go. My wife is dancing. Next thing you know, they grab him. He's dancing too. You see, there's again that being at those kids' level, both of them bending down to be at their level. Okay? That's something we need to look at when we look at pictures, when they're talking to people. Okay, there they are. There's little Archie here. This little munchkin. Now he's talking. He told us Happy New Year and all of that. This little guy. Okay. Gave speech during the Africa tour at a Justice Desk initiative in Nyanga Township. Quote, I am here as a mother, as a wife, as a woman of color, and as your sister. I am here with you and I'm here for you. Whew, that must have killed those people over there, the derangers.
And just on one personal note, may I just say that while I'm here with the... And just on one...
And she did that with the Fiji thing, where she took a word from their language to insert into her speech. I mean, she's just perfect. She's just perfect. I mean, that shows some sort of connection between her and the people. All right, those derangers, go tell your whatever. These are the things she should look up to. Deliver a speech to end their 10 days royal tour in South Africa and emphasizing the importance of treating people with respect. Quote, in a world that can seem so aggressive, confrontational, and dangerous, you should know that you have the power to change it. All right, how many minutes?
I remember being a young girl watching TV and seeing what was happening in the world and frankly often feeling despair. Because when you continue and constantly see and hear negativity, it can be overwhelming. You can feel powerless and lost. You can feel different, confused, or like you don't belong. And I'm sure that there is a young girl or boy watching this and maybe thinking the exact same thing. So this is for you. In a world that can seem so aggressive, confrontational, and dangerous, you should know that you have the power to change it. Because whether you're here in South Africa, at home in the UK or the US, or around the world, you actually have the power within you to change things, and that begins with how you connect to others. I have learned from the people I've met here that whether it's about society's expectations of masculinity or femininity, or how we divide ourselves by race, or faith, or class, or status, everyone has value, and everyone deserves to be heard and respected. And if you live your life in that way, your generation will start to value each other in ways the rest of us have not yet been able to do so.
I mean, shit, I never heard that speech before, like this, but I'm telling you, Harry leveled up. He leveled up. Okay, Royal Tour South Africa 2019 recap and see in Sussex Royal Instagram page. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Oh my God. All right, then we have comment. Okay, let's see here. That's the one I just saw. Join school assembly to speak to 700 students about the importance of gender equality to mark International Women's Day 2020. Oh, 5 minutes left. All right, freeze your screen to see it because I don't want to create another video. Okay. This is the one where I talk about where the light, the positivity she bring into these girls, and then they wanted to distinguish that, get her out of here. Those kids don't need to see any role models, those kind of thing. Meghan was the role model. All right, I'm moving quick now because I have 5 minutes before the thing stop recording. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Freeze your screen and read it. I'm sorry. All right, there's another one. To wrap up the work, as Woman Royal, Meghan met with the Associate of Commonwealth Universities to speak with scholars studying and researching important areas surrounding clean up plastic pollution and our ocean, helping to build more sustainable cities and more. Okay, all right, the dress. She looks good on everything she wears. Okay, there's the picture of this. All right, unfortunately, the thing is gonna stop. Okay, it will be a way along and difficult to make a thread of every single one of her engagement and achievement during her time as a working royal. However, I encourage you to share below any of your favorite that then include. All right, side note, a reminder, you do need a title champion to cause the drive to make a change. Okay, this is brilliant thread. Sure hope some of the media outlet pick up on this. All right, okay, the thread is simply brilliant. Thanks for putting it together, and it's mind-boggling that she got all this done while planning a wedding and then go through a pregnancy, having a baby, and then redoing the rundown servant quarters that the queen supposedly gifted to her. And her most important of all, being a wonderful mother and wife while surviving the most atrocious smear campaign in history. Meghan, you are no longer part of the system. You are above it, beyond it, over it. Okay, you are you, they are just a figment. Okay, and still she rises. That's true. All right, let me stop here because the thing is gonna stop. All right, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.